Okay, this is Jeffrey Warmbein. He is Upper St. Clair, class of 2020. I'm going to let this run a few times and then talk a little bit about what I see here. Okay, so, you know, one of the things that most coaches are guilty of, particularly rec coaches or and most travel ball coaches, is would be letting guys go that are really good at certain things and or anything really. And they coach up the guys that maybe don't have as many skills or abilities. And Jeffrey comes from what I call pedigree. And people don't always like to hear this, but pedigree plays a big role in whether or not you're going to be a good player. And Jeffrey's mother's family is full of athletes. His father was an athlete. So when I started working with Jeffrey when he was about 11 years old, it was clear to me that he was going to be a good ball player. He just needed some work. And, you know, I find myself guilty the last 6 or 7 months of not doing enough video analysis of him because I see him making gains all the time and making changes and he's always one of the first guys to ask me for the next level, whatever he's doing, particularly the weighted bat program. He's always way ahead of the curve of that, and I just wanted to highlight a few things here that he's doing well. I honestly don't really see anything that he's not doing well with his swing here. His swing is remarkable. He could keep his hands a little bit closer, but as you can tell, he's a big kid. He's 14 years old. He's well over 6 feet. He's got long arms and long legs, so it's difficult for him to keep, his extremities close to his core. But let's talk about it. Let me clear this up here, and let's talk about a few things that he does. A lot of people might not like all this movement before he gets started, but again, I never care about where people are until they get here. Okay, and what I love about this stretch position here is you see a couple of very important things. Number one, he's got great barrel load. Okay. Number two, he's got a great radius. I mean, this looks like the Major League logo if you were to just cut out the red shirt and the black and red hat and just made this red, white, and blue. This could be the Major League logo. That's how good his upper half looks. And that's a testament to how hard he works, what a good student he is, and what a good coachable kid he is, and how often he shows up to work every day. All those things. I mean, if I took a picture of his upper half and just got rid of the lower half, that looks like the Major League Baseball logo, and there's a lot of good things behind that we talk about all the time. So he's got great barrel load and he's got great radius, two things you need for bat speed. As a 14, Jeffrey's around 80 miles an hour for an exit velocity. That's very good. But what I like about what Jeffrey does here is look at the incredible shin angle he creates here. This load right here, he has a high leg lift trigger, and I love it. His knee is well inside his foot. He's able to do that because he's got a lot more length in his legs. He's taller than most kids, so he's able to do that. But that knee inside is fantastic. And watch what happens when he gets to what we call stride foot plant, which is this foot here getting to the ground. He uses the ground extremely well, but he also opens and extends his hips there. Look at that. His lips are kind of closed, and as he goes up, he starts to open them, and that is fantastic. You'll see his hips open right there. So if you can key in on this part right here, let me circle this up. If you can key in on that part right there, look at how they're open right there. And you can, if you can't tell there, then we always say look at the front foot because the front foot is a window. Oops, excuse me there. We always say the front foot is a window into what the hips are doing. So look at his foot is closed, and now it's open. Closed, open, 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 opened. Okay? And when he comes down, his hips are open. That arc has fully decelerated, and now we're looking at him firing the second arc, which is the shoulders. And just this picture right here is, really textbook for young hitters. If you see this, you got to really like what you see. You've got good back knee drive there. That's a good parallel angle to the pitcher. He is open with his foot here, telling us that the hips are open. And he has a long lever and good barrel load. Those are just four fantastic things that he's doing. And it's no surprise that he drove the ball extremely well today. As you watch him bring the barrel through, you'll see good contact there. Now, again, if I had one complaint, and it's a small one, it would be the length between his hand and his body. I would like that to be closer. But because he's such a big kid, he can get away with that stuff. When I talk about, deceleration, and smaller players need more deceleration, well, big players don't, because they're so big and they don't need to travel that far. With the hands, this is more like a Hunter Pence type swing. Because he is such a big kid, this is inevitable. This distance is inevitable. Okay, and to get him a little bit closer to his chest would be nitpicking and probably robbing him of the athlete that he is. And one of the things that I never want to do with hitters is rob them of being athletes in the box. And Jeffrey is certainly an athlete in the box. You'll see great knee drive here. We talked about this before. Great knee drive, but look at the foot. The foot is fantastic. You see no ankle roll on the back foot whatsoever. Okay, an ever so slight ankle roll there as the heel comes up. He has his front foot catch himself and the back foot comes. That could be better, but again, being a big guy, big guys tend to do that. And you don't want to rob them of their athleticism as they come through the zone there. Another outstanding load. I mean, that is just everything you want. And then there's the foot slamming down hard. And then he starts his turn. This ball's low and away. And look at that picture. That's a very telling picture. We talk about this a lot on Twitter. If you can get the barrel, and you can see it right there, accelerating past the hands right before impact, you're onto something special there. And here you see the barrel accelerating past his hands. He has bent his bat. He has created such whip that his bat is bent right there. He's creating more bat speed with his proper mechanics, that his bat head is accelerating past his hands. And that's something that you just takes really good mechanics, a really strong kid, and in the best cases both. And that's what Jeffrey's doing here. So, he's got a nice, decent decel again. Because he's a big guy, he doesn't need all the decel of a smaller guy. He's got impact here. He has all the way to there to slow down. I wouldn't change a thing about that. I talk about the one-handed decel a lot for a lot of people, but because Jeffrey's such a big guy, I'm not about to touch anything about this swing right now. The only thing I would think about would be the, maybe more heavy ball work with the med ball or the Wave Master, trying to keep those hands a little bit closer. But as you can tell, he's got great posture over the plate. Okay, he's got good back knee drive. He's hitting off a firm front side. He's palm up, palm down. I mean, this is a guy that listens to his coaching, buys in, and works extremely hard. And when you put all that together and mix it up, it's a tough combination to beat. So, good stuff here, Jeffrey, and keep it going. And call in sick on the days you're supposed to play Bethel Park. Do your coach a favor. Look at good extension. Look at that down the line finish right there. Down the line. Not turning around too soon. He takes his barrel out, 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 and then back around. Good down-the-line finish. Well done. That's it.